When we do these projects and improvements around town, we're doing them for the residents of Ocean Springs. We're very fortunate to live in a place that people would save money all year long just to spend a week here, and we get to enjoy it every day. Well, annexation is important because the city hasn't grown its boundaries in quite a while. And we've got a lot of development going on in the city, and we've got a lot of spillover development that's going on in the city, meaning outside of the city limits. We have neighborhoods popping up, we have new businesses popping up, and we have about 50% of our student population lives outside the city. 56% of the people who visit our parks and play in our parks and use our services live outside the city limits. And we only have 11% available land to grow, vacant land that's available for development in the city of Ocean Springs, which is unprecedentedly low. We're prepared from day one to start providing services to the annexed area. And we've got a plan that in the next 5 years to provide infrastructure to the annexed area. So we've thought this process out quite a bit, and I think we have a very good plan. We were able to get several $100,000 from the legislature in the past couple of years to put into the Mary C. and Tacony campuses. We want to preserve our history and take care of those historic structures. And also, we just put a brand new roof on Tacony, and now we're going to put new windows in Tacony. So that was about $1.2 million into that facility, and we've got about $1 million to put into the Mary C. also. So tourism in Ocean Springs is our biggest economic engine. It generates a lot of tax dollars for us.
Ocean Springs is a vibrant community. Small business is our business in Ocean Springs. We are a tourist destination, and with that responsibility comes attention to details and authenticity. Our small businesses thrive on tourist traffic. In fact, more than 50% of our business is made up of tourist traffic. Ocean Springs is a community that is still a small town gem. It's still a secret to many folks. But in that same vein, tourists love the small town feel. And what that does is that actually brings traffic, revenue, and a quality of life, a sense of space that makes the people that live, work here, and play here enjoy their community. But also what tourism does is help sustain a small community such as Ocean Springs.
There's a lot of great stuff coming in Ward 1. Ocean Springs Road Project, that one is currently underway. It's moving along smoothly. The estimated completion date is going to be around September, but it's designed to slow the traffic down. Really going to increase the pedestrian traffic and slow down the vehicular traffic significantly, and that's the plan. Culleoka is the only subdivision in Ward 1 that does not have sidewalks, and I've been working hard since I came into office to try to secure funding for that. We've got a lot of young families moving into Fort Bayou Estates, Culleoka, Monticello Woods. There are not a whole lot of houses available, which is a good thing. I mean, that just shows you how strong the market is, and people are wanting to live in this area. So, we're working hard to maintain the charm and to strike that balance between business development and growth, and being a city that can not only stand on its own 2 feet and survive, but it will thrive. And then keeping and maintaining the integrity of the charm, the people, the housing, the architecture, the music, the art, all of that is what makes Ocean Springs charming, and that's not going away anytime soon.
As the alderman for the downtown and representing Ward 2, there's a big balance between community and ecotourism. Ecotourism plays a big part in the daily operations of this city. Last year in 2023, our sales tax dollars between the 7% and 2% generated an average of $10 million in revenues, which goes directly to the bottom line of operating this city. One of the biggest ones is finally achieving a parking garage to be able to facilitate all the people that visit our city and even our community that go to the downtown on a daily basis. Having a 250-car parking garage is gonna be a game changer for our downtown, in my opinion. The beaches are a big deal for our city. We're doing repairs to the sidewalks right now. We're on I think our second phase of repairing sidewalks. We have piers out there for our people to fish and people to visit. But I think the biggest thing is, and I've been impressed with over the last year, was the Friday at the Fort. This city has never really had an event on a scheduled date of every month for any consecutive period of time to allow friends and family and their children to be able to go to a place, listen to music that everybody enjoys.
So if you look at the history of Ocean Springs, going back 100 years or so, it's always been a tourist town. People came here for the springs. We've always had hotels here.
Ocean Springs, I guess you might say, was founded in the early 1800s by a family called LaFontaine. The widow LaFontaine acquired 237 acres from the Spanish, and just the family came here. So essentially from that family, it grew, slowly. Maybe about 1850, there were maybe 200 people here. It's a small fishing village. Okay, when James Lynch, he was from Maryland, came here and built a sawmill right over there on Fort Bayou by the bridge where Aunt Jenny's is. He noticed that there were springs. The water was coming out of the banks here. And that prompted some activity. There was a man named George Allen Cox, came here from Yazoo City, and he built the first, he built a house and smaller ancillary buildings around the springs and started advertising. This brought New Orleans people, they kind of were curious, came over here, and Dr. Austin, who was a well-known physician in New Orleans, saw the springs and could see the potential of sending his patients over here to take advantage of what were thought to be efficacious waters.
Ocean Springs is in the midst of a $17.5 million infrastructure, various projects. And we were able to do this with help from the county and the state and the federal government. It was ARPA funds. We matched our $4.4 million with the county's match, and then the state matched the $8.8 million. So all in all, we're doing water, sewer, drainage with it, 100%. So I think it's not the stuff that people see visually, but there's a lot of things going on under the ground at Ocean Springs.
Drainage is a main problem in Ward 3. It's been like that for 20 years, and now it's a problem, and in the future it'll be a problem. We try to stay on top of it here in Ward 3. The Public Works guys work really hard to keep them clean, to help when there is a main rain event or a storm. The sidewalk, we got a project going on Bechtel from Taringo to Davison, which they're going to be piping the ditch and putting a sidewalk. Right now it is in the design phase, and it will be coming out of design going to out for bids, I guess I should say. And it's just going to be really great for the kids and the people to have a place to walk instead of walking down the street. Watching the city grow and where it's going, it's really turned into the true gem of the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
In Ward 4, the biggest thing that I see and perceive that we will do to improve Ward 4 is build a sidewalk on East Beach. That's in the process of happening. So it will be a tremendous improvement, and it will be a generational improvement in that us folks now will enjoy it and our kids will enjoy it. Ecotourism is very important in Ocean Springs all across the community, and I think we'll continue to push it. And it goes back to what I was talking about, keeping the city clean, litter-free. People come here to enjoy, as I say, our climate. The people, we have a lot of bed and breakfasts, a lot of VRBOs, and people come here to visit and spend money to just enjoy what you're seeing here right now.
Right here at Gay Lemon Park, Ward 5 in Ocean Springs, the drainage issues have been corrected that were a problem for years, causing the fields to be shorter than they were supposed to be. They're going to be moving the fences back to their original positions from years ago. The outfield grass is going to be new. The infield dirt is going to be redone. There's going to be new sidewalk areas between the two fields. All the fences will be new. and new grandstands for the spectators to sit in, and there'll be new concession areas, and then the restrooms are going to be remodeled out here as well. We also have the Guff Island National Seashore, great biking, walking trails, a path right to the Guff Island National Seashore, great pier, birding piers, you name it, you can do it down there. If you're an outdoor nature person, that's the place to be right there in Ward 5. Singing River Hospital System is building a training facility, which is the first of its kind here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it's right here on Highway 90, just east of the Singing River Hospital.
I look at the city of Ocean Springs with a Jackson County Chamber eye on commerce and a Coastal Mississippi Tourism Commission eye on the tourism. And in the case of Ocean Springs, they're getting high marks on both sides. It is so important for cities to be able to attract tourists and visitors to their area so that there's a common revenue that increases the quality of life. We want commercial growth and economic development, such as the project that's right here behind me. Singing River Health System is building this training academy as the first of its kind in the state of Mississippi. It's a beautiful place that is really able to capitalize on both its history and its tradition, on its eclectic art and heart and soul, but with an eye on business.
The major focus for Ward 6 is infrastructure. This is something I've been working on since I've gotten in office. Mayor Holloway has been very supportive in this area. He's listened to the needs of Ward 6. We're starting to see some movement there. And one of the big projects, although it's not in Ward 6, it directly affects Ward 6. The Ocean Springs Improvement Project is now underway. It's scheduled to be finished in September of this year. The Dena Road Improvement Project, which will enhance Dena Road, enhance the drainage, include a sidewalk from Highway 90 to Ocean Springs Road. We've got the bid package ready. Got to identify a little more funding. As soon as we get that funding, we're going to pull the trigger on that project. One of my other focuses has been the playground right here behind us. There's not a lot for the kids to do out on this end of town. So I've been focused on this playground, and every year or two, we've added something to this playground to enhance it. With ward money, I added the drinking fountain. The Girl Scouts, in tribute to one of their members, Sophia Meyer, they contributed and raised all the money for the big swing set behind us. Parks and Rec, along with Public Works, installed that a few years ago. Over the years, we've added some small pieces, and you can see we've already begun the newest addition. The blue poles will be the anchoring poles for the shade structure or canopy tent, which will shade the bulk of the playground that you see behind me for the kids. It's a great playground. We have people come. Now, this is in Trentwood, but we have people come from all over the area. And that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to seeing the Riley Road project in the future. With that sidewalk, it'll be safer for the kids to come from the other neighborhoods over here to enjoy this park.
Well, Ocean Springs has just been voted the best small town in Mississippi. We've got the #1 school district in Mississippi. We've got the best residents in the state of Mississippi. All our residents care about this community. They stay involved, they stay active, and that's very important to a community of our size. I feel like the growth is coming. We all have our own vision. We all have our own ways of getting to where we're wanting to go, but as long as we all stay positive and work together, we keep Ocean Springs moving forward in a positive light.
We're very proud of our school district. Our school district was ranked #1 in the state of Mississippi. It's a big deal for people who are thinking about moving to the area. And so kudos to Superintendent Lindsay and his staff and the teachers and the students for making that happen.
I am excited and blessed to be the leader of the #1 school district in the state of Mississippi, thanks to the hard work from our staff, teachers, community, city. Looking forward to great things. The future is bright for the Ocean Springs School District as we continue to develop our strengths and also build on the partnerships with our city and our community and our parents. It's important to have that partnership between the school district and the city. The better partners we are, it's a win-win for both of us, for our communities, and especially for our students. We're currently in the process of developing our strategic plan, which is a 5-year roadmap of where we're going to go academically, athletically, with the arts, facilities, and we have a focus group of about 25 to 28 stakeholders that are helping us develop that plan. We're hoping to be done with that plan by the end of May, and we'll be able to share that with the community, to also get input with them, and we'll use that as that roadmap over the next 5 years to make decisions about our district, and to make sure that we are creating that personalized learning plan and that experience for every student. With Ocean Springs being the city of choice for people where they want to live, and Ocean Springs School District and their success and the school that people want to go to, we know there's growth that is already here and that's coming. And as a school district, we want to be proactive and start planning for that growth. So we're currently doing a facility study to determine the needs of our schools, to determine the needs of extra classrooms, and looking at some capital improvements in the Ocean Springs School District so that we're prepared for that growth.
I spent a lot of time in Jackson. We're lobbying for funds that are one-time monies. We've never had that opportunity before. And it's important for us to have good projects. And we go up there with good projects because it's competitive. We're putting them to projects that are important to the city, important for growth. If the city's not growing, it's dying. And there's a lot of towns around that are not as fortunate as we are. If we want to grow the city smart, we're not haphazardly making decisions about where we want to see the city in years. And I'll take a phrase from one of my mayors along the coast that says it all the time. He says, we're planting trees that we'll never see the shade of. And that's what we want to do. We want to say in 20 years, people look back at this administration and this board and say, those guys made some tough, hard decisions, but they made the right decision. Ocean Springs, it truly is the place to be.